right, everybody. So we are back. Yeah, it's been a while. I guess you could say we've been gaming and too busy to do this. So
But
that got
where am I even now? What is even this place in this podcast? I don't know. I'm kind of scared.
there's
Did we
half
get
the
delayed?
there's some people in this that are looking at this. They're like, "This is up to 40 episodes. What the fuck?"
How have I never seen any of this? And that blows me away too that we gain new followers so quickly that, shows like this and off topic that are so infrequent. They're like, what is this even? This isn't comics. What?
Yeah,
Ooh,
this thing
ooh.
exists. So I am here. The other voices you're hearing are Joel
Hello.
and Tristan.
What's up, guys?
So we're gonna talk video games. I've gotten only three topics here because most of the show is going to be the later half. Games we recommend for this holiday season, survival of the Black Friday, and various other things.
You lucky American bastards with your Black Friday, or should I say real Black Friday, because in Canada, Canadian retailers have caught on to the idea, but they're not ready to offer the insane, people trampling deals that you guys have. So
Uh-huh.
we'll have quote unquote Black Friday sales, but they're bullshit, fakey, lie Black Friday
Okay,
sales.
this is how you know if it's a legit Black Friday sale. If you look at it and in your mind you say, "I will trample a 12-year-old to get that," it's a real sale.
Oh, we lost little Timmy at this year's Black Friday, but it's okay. He was 10. He lived long enough.
See, I get ready for Black Friday. I essentially look like the Marauders from Mad Max.
As you
Except I'm
should.
being pushed in a shopping cart, and like I'm waving my hands like a wild, crazy man.
Just walk away. You can put a stop to all this. Just walk away.
So I just want to kick this off into what has been a trend this holiday season, and boy, is it a broken holiday season and trend in video
Sure
games.
seems that way.
Three big games came out in the last month: Assassin's Creed Unity, Halo Master Chief Collection, which packages all the Master Chief games, and Sony's big first-party, exclusive Drive Club. All three are broken upon release. All three have had numerous patches weeks after release.
Throw Sonic Boom in there too. I know Tom Carter's probably
yeah.
yelling at us.
And I mean,
Us.
you're
That's
looking
all it
at
is on
these
that.
big AAA releases. Like, arguably, I bought I guess I'll say it now. I bought an Xbone this last month. I bought it exclusively so I could play Unity because it had that bundle and I was going to get it anyway.
Lucky
It
bastard.
came with Black Flag, and I was going to get Master Chief Collection. Of course, that's why I wanted it. To the point where I haven't got it because it's so broken. Unity, I've tried to play 3 times so far, and it just keeps breaking on me.
You actually talked me out of buying Unity, which is the thing. I was
What?
ready to go and pick it up. And then Armin's like, no, man, it's broken. It's way too broken. But I kind of want it. Like, my hand was literally hovering over it, is the thing.
Well, I did pick up Rogue, which I did Let's Play on my solo channel, which I enjoyed the hell out of. But, that was a continuation of a refined engine and game already, so...
Yeah.
I'm still probably going to get it. It's just probably going to be something that's going to be under the tree this year. And hopefully by then, they'll have patched it to a playable state.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I bought it day one. I played it. I ran into a couple of the glitches. It was good. The mechanics are good. It's just that they should have waited an extra year
Yeah.
because I ran into the falling through the actual world
Okay,
a
I'm
couple
glad
times
you
into
say
the
that
void.
because, like, as the game starts, no spoilers, you're playing as little Arno, right? And it lets you take control.
Yeah.
I took 3 steps. Arno fell through the floor, and his head was glitching through the ceiling.
Geez, it's almost like when you're a company who shall not be named, Schmooby Moft, and it's almost like when you try and put a new game in a long-running series out every year. It's almost like, you get it to diminishing returns or something. You got to keep rushing it out.
Here's my thing about Unity. Like, I like it's France, fine. French War. That's all cool. It's all this great stuff, right?
Zut alors.
But how is it this broken when it's essentially the same game we've had for the last 7 years?
They
Who
try and
knows?
refine the gaming mechanics, and
Well,
what the kicker is that they said that they were in development for this for about 3 years.
I know, right? I don't
Since
believe that.
They're like, oh, before 3 even got on shelves, we've been working on Unity. I'm like, then should you have taken another 3 years to actually get it working? Like,
Well,
I think the mechanics in the game are fucking amazing. Like, running down a building,
being able to stealth for the first time ever.
Right, because I'm playing on Xbone, so I hold B in forward, and he just gets down to the ground within like 10 seconds, no matter where I am, and it looks beautiful and flows well when it works. And it's like, that makes sense. The crowds look great. The graphics in motion, they
being
look
able to
amazing.
dress your dude for the first time ever.
Yeah.
I've wanted that since frickin' 2.
Oh, yeah.
And pick your weapons. You can actually carry a gun, like a rifle now, for the first time ever, which I'm like, thank you. Why would you ever not want to carry a rifle?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are the non-lethal rifles. I don't know why you would want one, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They do the whole non-lethal system thing where it's like, for an assassination to count, you gotta do it with the hidden blade.
Meanwhile, I was over there playing Rogue, dropping grenades on people's heads.
Yet again, why I like Shay, he carries a goddamn rifle with him everywhere he goes.
Well, I will say not a big, I think kind of people expected it, but Rogue is a huge part of Unity. It's the straight-up lead-in into it, so it's pretty damn good how they did it.
I didn't play it, but someone spoiled it for me, and I will say the twist that connects them is pretty damn good, actually.
It is. Oh, Joel's eating. Sent all your complaints at him.
My mother for Christmas made wonderfully fresh-baked pretzels, and I'm not going to sit here and not eat it, because then I'd be a shit son. I'm not going to be a shit son. Okay, I'm putting it down. I will eat it after the show, is what I will do.
Oh, man. So, I mean, we had that, and then let's talk about the big game on the Xbone, because I think a lot of people, like myself, we're buying it, getting ready for Master Chief. It's going to lead into Halo 5. You have this complete collection, play through it. And the game comes out. It's the only big game they really got this year for them. And the one aspect that should work, which is the Halo multiplayer, which redefined online shooters, is completely broken. So...
I read articles on this, and it's kind of weird because everyone mostly goes to the multiplayer, but the multiplayer can't work. You either can't get into a lobby, or you're in a lobby, and it takes about 40 minutes for you to try and get into a match, and it kicks you back out.
Yeah, it's a major screw-up. I mean, and how is this going to, look on 343 Industries? Because they took over for Bungie, right? And this is their first real outing. They're trying to make good faith on it. It's almost going to be a month. It's still unplayable. And I mean, what's the expectation these days? I'm paying $60, right?
Upwards if you're Canadian, where they've jacked Sony prices sky high.
If you're in Australia, you're paying $120 for some of these games.
Better work for that price.
Right. You're going to get it home. You're going to put it in your goddamn system. It's broken. And you can't just swap it out and return it. And I remember, 10 years ago on Xbox and the original Xbox and, the PS2, you got a game. If it didn't work, they had to reimburse you a full refund at the store. So they made sure everything fucking worked.
Weren't those nice days?
These days, they're like, yeah, we'll ship you a beta copy, and then we'll patch that shit in, maybe. I don't fucking know. You gave us your money. Fuck you.
This is really one of those things about modern gaming that's really getting me, that the bigger, AAA corporations are getting more and more comfortable with releasing unfinished and or broken products, where they're just like, we'll patch it later, because it's really just the first week sales that are important.
Right, yeah.
It's just that weird thing where, big releases, the holiday season, they just want that. They want the capital first, and if they can fix the game, they'll fix it. If they don't, they don't.
But again, too, sometimes you get guys like Ubisoft where, again, they had their whole thing with their multiplayer, where they're like, oh, yeah, we're not doing servers for that anymore. Sorry. Or hell, it got even more so where it's like, again, we mentioned Unity. Unity was so broken, they're like, yeah, oh, hey, guys who bought the gold, collector's edition, yeah, we're not going to sell that anymore, and I guess we'll just give you a free game or whatever, because we can't fix the one you already bought.
Yeah, what the hell happened with that? I mean, if you bought for Unity, if you bought the season pass, they're like, that's kind of useless now, we'll just give you the DLC. But hey, look at this. We'll give you a free game. I'm like, but can I just have a working game that I bought?
It's like I almost feel bad dogpiling on my Canadian brothers right here. But it's like, guys, there's a reason everyone's dogpiling on you recently.
And make no mistake, I've said this before. Assassin's Creed is my favorite ongoing actual series that comes out every year. I love the stories, I love the characters, I love how it's tied into history, which is something else, I'm a huge fan of. So it's it just kind of sucks that every time a new one comes out, I'm like, well, chances are our story's going to suck, chances are our main character's terrible, and chances are it's going to be broken.
I have a love-hate with it, as I've mentioned many times before. I feel like the abused wife of this series. Every time it hits me, I keep coming back. Because it's like, no, it's okay. We'll go to Paris, I promise. Everything will be okay. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to trust you this one more time. But, oh, Slappy hit me again. Shit.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't like that it got me kind of mad at Ubisoft was the embargo where you couldn't get the reviews until like a couple days. At least it was like 24 hours after the fact, and I was like, so what? You wanted to hide all this shit just because you wanted to get your bottom line?
That's some scummy shit, and there's rumors that they're trying to do that too. But what's their new racing game?
The Crew is
yeah, and I think they're going to increase the embargo to a week. I think
there's some scummy rumors happening about the Crew, and hell, I was even hearing some stuff where Ubisoft's like, well, don't even listen to reviews in the first week, though.
Well, I mean, let's look at just to take it back to Halo for a second because you're talking about that. Halo, all the reviewer copies. They were told they're playing on available servers. What actually happened, they were on servers that were being monitored to make sure they're stable. It wasn't a real working experiment. So all the reviews are like, oh, the multiplayer works flawlessly. In matchmaking, it's breezy, quick, and you can just get into fun. In reality, there's videos online of people waiting up to 3 hours to get into a match, and then they find out they're in it alone.
And not to be outdone, Scroobysoft was like, hey, guess what? All our review copies we sent out for Unity, yeah, we kind of hid the whole, pay-as-you-go freemium game side of it. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
It's like everyone's
for everything?
Yeah. It's like everyone is jockeying this holiday season. Who's going to be the big scumbag of Christmas 2014?
Here's the one thing in Unity that really made me... I could have dealt with the bug because, it happened like once every, 20 minutes or something. I could have dealt with it, just restart the game or whatever. What really made me rage quit the fucking thing is I'm playing and I find these chests, right? And I'm like, oh, all right, I found a chest. I go for Arnold to goddamn kick it and open it, and it says, oh, you haven't logged into your Ubisoft Connect account. Oh, this one doesn't take Ubisoft Connect account. This one's your Uplay account. I ran into 4 of those in a matter of about 2 minutes. I literally just put the controller down and said, fuck you.
Because you see, Armin, it's more than just a game. It's a multimedia experience that you're supposed to play the phone game and the Facebook game.
Like, isn't the part of a goddamn Assassin's Creed is to put me in history and let me enjoy it? What better way to rip me out of your fucking world is by telling me go to our Facebook and play the social game?
They should have said it in French. Yeah, that's what they should have done. They should have just said it in French. Go to la Facebook page and play la mobile game. Mon ami. Come on, we called you our friend. Do it.
Oh my god, broken games, man. I mean, what do you think? And I hope to God this happens. That this whole Ubisoft thing and season pass and stuff. After this, that they're gonna go the way of the $10 early, whatever the hell that used to be called. It wasn't like a season pass. It was some other advantage.
Like Project $10 or some shit or whatever.
Yeah, some shit they used to run like 2 years ago. I just hope the people get fed up with it. They're like, yeah, we're not going to stand for this. I'm not buying your shit anymore.
Well, what I heard that they were going to try and do is if you were like, the fan of Ubisoft and you want to help make the game stable, you can sign up for their beta passes where you can play early beta builds of the game.
So everything is going to early access now, like Steam games?
Yep. Sure seems that way. That's going to be a sad day when actual AAA companies are like, okay, it's the new, Grand Theft Auto 6, and you can play the advanced beta of it. Actually, no, Rockstar would never do that, actually. That's a bad example. Rockstar would never go that shit.
Well, at least the deathmatch online for Grand Theft Auto 5 remastered is better than the Halo Chief Master Edition.
I know.
Oh man, those heists are coming.
One of these days, they keep promising. I mean, I can see them. They're gonna be. That's gonna be our Christmas gift. We're gonna have a package. It's gonna be like Santa, Mom, Dad. Ooh, this one's from Rockstar, and you open it up, and it's the heist they've been promising.
Santa Rockstar finally came down the chimney and gave me what he promised me last Christmas, that son of a bitch.
Just Dan Houser, ho, 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 I brought you heist. Actually, I think Dan Houser is Scottish, so it'd be like, it's heist that I promised you. Here you go.
I was going to say, for a second there, he sounded Chinese, so...
Well, I mean, all the gifts are made in China, so, I mean, come on.
True.
I've often worked under the theory that all of Santa's elves are actually Chinese slave labor, which is why all the tags say made in China.
Oh shit.
The Hills wanted a labor union.
It's true.
And Santa's like, oh, I ain't putting up with any of this shit. Get going, you knife-eared motherfuckers, is what he said.
So let's go on to our next topic here that I gathered up on. It's Tales from the Borderlands Episode 1 came out. Now, I'm not sure if either of you guys have played it, but I beat it last night.
Waiting for it to all be completed. That's how I play every Telltale game.
See, I could not do it with this because I really want to play more Borderlands, and since the pre-sequel kind of nut-punched me really hard, I really need to be reassured that Borderlands isn't gone to shit.
I wouldn't have called it a nut punch. I would have called it a light flick of the testicle is what it is. It's like, hey.
That's worse.
I said a light flick, not a hard flick. Just a light little flick. Just, like a little elf flick.
Well, to me, what I loved about this is I won't go into spoilers. It is Borderlands 2.5.
Sweet.
This is what you're getting here. The characters really get fleshed out by the time you finish the first episode. The decisions, they throw a few smaller ones at you, and one I would say maybe critical one. And what's great about it is I can already tell where, if I don't, use my one thing they want me to, or maybe they're pushing me to, I can see that down the road there are payoffs, and I'm going to replay it a second time just to see what happens. But I think it's definitely their best outing that they could have done with Borderlands,
It's too funny you should say that because I've been on a massive Telltale kick because, of course, Wolf Among Us finally got collected last month.
Oh, Game of Thrones is next week.
Yeah, powered through that. Game of Thrones is next week. I'm literally, when we stopped to do the show, I literally had to pause because I'm finally getting around to The Walking Dead Season 2.
Yeah, I have to replay 1 and the episodes in 2, so it's going to be a while before I get to it. I'm just going to probably power through it for my solo channels at some point.
You know what? I was going to do that, but then I got my paycheck for this month. And yet another reason why I love Telltale. Excellent, well-made, well-written, well-structured games for a reasonable price. Both the Wolf Among Us collection and The Walking Dead Season 2, only $24. That's a pretty good deal in this gaming market.
Oh, yeah.
For that much quality, that's a good deal. Now, you were mentioning Borderlands. What really excites me about the Borderlands game, and why I really want to play it, is that it looks like Telltale is actually going back to more of their comedy roots, more of their Sam and Max, Back to the Future style games, where they're doing straight-up comedy. It's not like, the sheer, human misery of The Walking Dead or the noir black comedy crime story of something like Wolf Among Us, and I think that's really interesting.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I really don't want to spoil too much about Tales from Borderlands, but it is really good. I love what the ending is like.
They got Patrick Warburton in there.
Oh, it's really good. I can't say too much without spoiling, but the characters are great. The story is very fun. And for the first time in a Borderlands game, I actually give a shit about the story.
You see, I do.
The last, okay, so 2.5 because I only played half of pre-sequel. I'm just like, yeah, loot, whatever the fuck,
I cared about the story of 2, or should I say that I really cared about a Handsome Jack because he was such an awesome villain. But from what I understand, a lot of the other characters get some fleshing out. I know Zero was all over the trailer, so he plays a pretty big part in this.
That he does. There's a few great moments in the game that are just so fitting to the Borderlands, and how they structure those games and everything. It's great. I love it. I can't wait for the next episodes, and I hope they can actually put them out on time instead of doing what they normally do. They're like, here's episode 1. We'll see you 3.5 months with episode 2.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Just so we don't seem like we're filleting Telltale too much, they have their problems, and an odd release schedule is definitely one of them. It especially hurts something like the Wolf Among Us, which I'm glad I didn't play it as it was coming out, because that's like a hardcore whodunit mystery, and if I had to actually play that on the schedule they were released, that would piss me off because I wouldn't be able to keep track of who was who.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. And the next one, I think, this goes well since a couple years ago, one of their games won Game of the Year at the VGX. But the VGX are dead, thank the fucking gods.
And no one mourns the death of the VGXs. No Viking funeral, just, okay, moving on out.
Yeah. So, its replacement is actually coming from Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft, and Steam, all working together to bring us the Video Game Awards. They will be streamed on every single service. They'll be on YouTube. They're being run by the actual, gamer community that runs all the big websites. So
As it should
you're,
be.
you're not going to get what
Right.
was actually revealed a couple weeks ago. The VGX we all knew were staged. Now,
Well,
the
most
extent of-
award shows are. I mean, every award show is staged, but yeah.
the extent of how staged they were was kind of disgusting.
It was a little rough, like people reading off teleprompters. It wasn't great. There wasn't a lot of passion. It was very sterile, very controlled, which, again, I mean, the Academy Awards are no different, but I mean, the Academy Awards at least carries themselves like they're doing something important, even when they suck.
I know. So I think this year they're definitely actually going to kind of attempt to do that. Be like, no. This is the show for gamers. Like, essentially what they're pitching is it's going to be like a giant E3 press conference.
As it
It's like,
should be.
that's what it should be.
Yeah, E3
Yeah,
press
basically.
conferences is basically, the Gamer Academy Awards anyway, where we all come out, we all dress up, we all put on our best face, but, it's nice to, see an award show, done by the community for the community, essentially.
Yeah.
And no matter what happens, we will never forget the infamous Mountain Dew and Doritos Jeff Keighley face. That will define VGX for
It
everything
will.
they were.
The face of a dead man. Here lies a man who is dead on the inside.
Well, what I like is I follow a bunch of the people that used to run, at game trailers and stuff, which I've met at New York Comic Con before and I've talked to. So I have a lot of respect for some of those guys. And when they came out, and as soon as that happened, because the VGXs were run by Spike, and a bunch of the staff was actually fired from game trailers.
Oh, really?
So seeing what they had to say about what the shit they went through on that show, like they would try to legitimately get people to talk about them, and Spike would come down and be like, "No, that's stupid. We don't want your stupid game. Here's what you have to say," and like they would completely ignore every input they had. They were, when they would market test some of the trailers or anything they would be showing, or when they would ask people who would you want to see present, anytime that they were like, "Whoa, can we just get this guy?" They're like, "No, you have to pick between these comedians."
It's
Like-
got to be Samuel Jackson. Which, don't get me wrong, I loved it when Samuel L. Jackson hosted those, but even still, because Samuel L. Jackson, clearly a nerd and clearly a gamer in his own right. Plus, he's fucking
right.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. So, well, glad we have a new game show to go about. Either it will be good with, room to improve,
Or it'll be a shit show.
Yeah, or it'll be McHale rehosts 2.0. We all just, fuck it.
I'm Joel McHale, and I really don't want to be here, but my manager, fuck my manager.
Shit. So, moving on to our last topic, surviving Black Friday.
Yeah.
I will say this. I spent $120 on video games, and each of the $60 games I bought cost me $20 or less.
Awesome.
So I got Shadow of Mordor, I
Awesome.
got Forza 5, Rise Son of Rome,
Really?
a ton of games. Hey, $20.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. You got the $20 defense.
Tons of games, and I couldn't be happier. I mean, it's Black Friday, so that's what I've been playing on. I've been spending a lot of time on my Xbone, mainly because I have all these games, and my favorite game of the year is currently on it, which would be Sunset Overdrive. So
That one looks fun. The Energy Drink Apocalypse.
yeah, it's great.
My favorite has still got to be, and I know Tristan was talking about getting into it, it's still got to be Shadows of Mordor for me. I mean, that's a game that I can still jump back into long after I've beaten the game and just have a blast with the world and with the Nemesis system.
That is my number 2. Like that was number 1 until I played Sunset Overdrive because it's so good. Yeah, man, Shadow of Mordor. It much like Batman: Arkham Asylum. Warner Brothers games, no one's paying attention to it. It releases, then everybody's talking about it.
Well, here's the funny thing. You mentioned Batman and you mentioned Arkham. I went back to play Origins for the first time after playing Mordor, and Mordor has kind of ruined me on Arkham, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I can see that. Well, my time playing through it, it's that the game mechanics are more refined because I'm pulling off strings of kills, and I'm having barely any trouble. I only died once, and that was because I didn't know one of the captain's weaknesses. I love that where you can get to the orcs and seep into their mind and see where all the enemies and what you have to do first.
I love
Oh,
it
yeah.
that even when you lose in that game, losing doesn't feel bad because losing is just, part of the world and how the world
Yeah.
changes and reacts to your death. That is great. More games need to do something like that to where it's like you're not afraid of death.
Yeah, I think that would be. I think one of the games that did that first that I really liked it was Prince of Persia, the
Yeah.
retelling. If you fall, she grabs you and puts you right back where you were. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. They're not, hardcore punishing you. And yes, I know because there'll be that guy that says it in the comments. Yep, but Demon Souls and Dark Souls does it, and that's a completely different type of game where that's the center of it. So
Well, in that one, you're going to die and
Yeah.
you're not afraid just because you know it's going to happen.
yeah.
Death and taxes, man. It's going to happen.
So what's some of the stuff you guys been playing?
I know. Well, since we were on the break, I got, The Evil Within, survival horror. It goes back to the roots where if you die, it's your fault. And you're going to have to manage your items and your weapons and ammo. You know you're not the strongest thing out there. It's pretty fun, pretty good, and it keeps you on your feet. It's kind of like Resident Evil 4.
It's exactly like Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
About it. This is Shinji Mikami's greatest hits.
Well, to me, this feels like if you go back and watch the old, what they've been dubbed as Resident Evil 3.5 videos, where it's Leon and, he's walking around, he's having hallucinations, and he's in the castle. And you look at that, and they didn't let him make that game because they were like, no, we got to go back to Umbrella and fucking, viruses and shit down the road. This looks like he essentially took that and he was like, well, I'll make my own Resident Evil.
This is basically it.
Yeah, and, I'm glad it exists because Resident Evil's kind of been shit.
Yeah. Little bit.
Because, the revelation, because, it's been out, so spoilers. The revelation is that you're in the main antagonist's mind throughout the whole game. And all these monsters you see, it's just his demented mind twisting people's memories of people.
Very Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to me. That was really good for the I guess you could say Halloween season because that's what I was playing throughout the whole entire month on that. And then after that was Unity. We already talked about that. And then since I have a Wii U, since I'm the only one who has one, it's Smash Bros. I was playing tons and tons of Smash Brothers because I like the franchise. Because I played it with my cousins. They had a Nintendo 64. I didn't. So every time we go couch up, tons of junk food playing that, and it's really good. I mean, the online's better than what it was on the prehistoric Wii, but yeah, it's just really good, solid multiplayer. Have tons of fun with friends. It's easy pick up play. If you remember playing like Melee, and yeah, it plays like that.
Who's your favorite? Who do you main?
Little Mac.
There you go. Little Mac, Punch Out all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the only other thing I got is the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 that's supposed to be coming tomorrow as of this recording.
Lucky bastard.
To me, I've been actually because I think a lot of people in the show know that I love the hell out of driving games, especially simulators. So I obviously have Forza 4, I think was the newest one. But I bought Forza Horizon 2, which is the more arcadey one. It's like the coast of Italy. You get to go off road and stuff. Really enjoying that. If you're a fan of Forza and have an Xbone, I highly suggest the game because it's super fun. It's just a great example of probably like one of the best, most fun, driving games I've played. Tons of cars, great scenery, and probably this week I'm gonna be picking up the new Pokemans.
Yeah, there you go.
And then
Gotta catch them all.
There goes my next couple weeks, and
Are we finally going to catch them all this time? Is this going to be it? Is this going to be the moment?
I ain't going to catch half of them, but I'm going to make sure I do hardcore slave labor on them to make sure they're all high level.
There you go. Tyranitar's the best. He's fucking Godzilla.
I'm going to run them just like SJ runs his freaking, coat factories or whatever he runs.
Coat factories.
Yep. So, Joel, what have you been playing?
Like I said, I've caught the Telltale bug, huge. I've been, right into The Walking Dead Season 2. Loving the shit out of it. Again, continuing the story of Clementine from before. As always, I don't want to spoil this. There's an ironclad internet code, not about spoiling. Yes. And I love, too, that, as always, it keeps up with, the really sad, really dour tone and everything, the hopeless, themes that you love in your zombie fiction. But they've also really defined, the action system and the choice system. The hardest choice I've had to make so far, and again, I can say this because it's not spoiling anything, the hardest choice I've had to make so far is whose table I was going to eat dinner at. Yeah. Because that's how much they get you to care about these characters and get invested in what's going on with them and their lives. And it's just like, which table do I sit at? I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Do I sit with the cool kids or with the nerds?
That's literally the choice. That was literally the choice, and someone even breaks it down for you later.
Is it that situation where if you pick one, the other person, it's like, they will remember this decision? You're like, no!
No, see, it's like that, but it's even worse. There's no, they will remember this, but the people you don't sit with give you a very disappointed look. And it's also no, don't be disappointed in me.
Now, let me ask you, because I don't know if you said it or maybe you did, and I just completely blanked it out because I'm me. Did you replay the first one and the DLC episodes for it to go into 2, or are you just picking up straight into 2?
Well, I totally wanted to because I beat the game multiple times on my 3. I have my 4 in front of me now. Downloaded the game, booted up. They're like, oh, we're searching for your saves. They're like, you don't have your save on here, but would you like to buy Season 1? I'm like, oh, you tricky bastards. No, just let me go in from where I am. Like, okay, we generated your choices from 1. Yeah, I know. From 1 in 400 days. And again, without spoiling much, I don't think your choices in 400 days matter that much, honestly.
The thing is, I want to get into, I want to play Season 2 so bad because I'm hearing phenomenal things about it.
But you want your choices to matter that you made in 1.
Right, I want that choice of, what I told Kenny and all that, and all those to stay in there. So when I get to Season 2, there will be those small callbacks, right? Because then, to me, it's my world. Now,
absolutely.
What kind of confuses me is if they didn't do that, then why didn't they release like a $2 previously on Walking Dead, and you can just make kind of like the comic choice.
Mass
kind
Effect,
of like Mass
yeah.
Effect.
That
would have been like the perfect opportunity.
You know what? They might have to do that for the next one then, because now it's like, we're got all these different generations heading head to head. They might have to do that for Season 3.
That would be a great choice.
Because again, it's like, hey guys, we really want you to jump on this, but how do we make our game so, if you haven't played the other 2, you can catch up? Or they'll have like some stupid, crazy collection where it's like, hey, Seasons 1 and 2 all together.
Well, and that's kind of a thing I want to bring into our game. I've been playing, I bought Dragon Age Inquisition. I
want to hop in on that. Now, I've caught the bug, but I know I can't start it Inquisition, so I'm going to have to go back and play Origins.
I've said like multiple times that it's my second favorite game of the last gen, right after Red Dead Redemption, Dragon Age Origins is. So going into this, but where they fucked up on the onset was you could never transfer your saves, right? So you get into this game, and there's this thing called Dragon Age Keep Online, which it scans every system you've logged in with your, like, I don't know, EAID, I think, or whatever the hell, because of course everybody's got one of those.
They're watching you.
It scans your saves, and it says, oh, we detected you have a save, and you're going to be playing Inquisition on PS4 because we see you put it in the system. Now, here's a tree of every decision that's possible, and they literally throw like 700 decisions at you. And like, I literally just started sweating, and it's the first game where I actually just sat there, and I didn't know what to do because I really wanted my save,
right?
But I can't remember what exactly happened. So I started Dragon Age Inquisition with their default save, and already when I got into it, complete disconnect for me because 2 of the main characters that you meet up with right away, 1 I didn't like, so he died, and 2 was one of the characters that I really liked, but I told her to go on an away mission. And in this, she acts like it never happened, and I'm already at this crossroads now where I'm like, well, this isn't my fucking story, so, like...
Hashtag not my Dragon Age.
Pretty much, yeah. It's not my Dragon Age, and I'm pissed about it.
Yeah, I've also heard like very good things about the multiplayer too, because it's like meaningful. Because I think the current level cap's about level 20 for all of your characters. The matches are really cool because you need coordination with the other team members, and I think each matches for them being so good is because each of the maps, I think, is only 3. They're like 15 minutes apiece.
Right.
On average.
Well, my problem is, like, I put in, like, 12 hours into the game, and I'm like, oh, man, most games I'd be done by now. How far am I? So I zoom out of the goddamn map, and I finished only the second location out of, like, 40 plus.
Sounds like a nice meaty RPG.
Each location is a huge open world sandbox with its own missions, side quests, characters to me, in like political Game of Thrones style hierarchy, and I was just like, holy, like my goal was to complete the game by Christmas of next year. Like it's that big.
See,
so
that's my crack, and like I'm hearing all these like amazing, stellar, like 10 out of 10 reviews where they're like, oh, you know, this is the big meaty fantasy RPG we've always wanted. It's Dragon Age Origins if it had sex with Skyrim.
It is exactly that.
And I'm just like, you're speaking my language right now. I gotta dig out the PS3 because I gotta play fucking Origins now. Although, interesting, again, to, you know, the Ultimate Collection of Origins is only like $20, so...
Yeah, that's totally worth it. And like, to me, you know, I love Skyrim. I played the hell out of that, but I never care about the main story in any of the Elder Scrolls ever. Like,
it's hard to.
And I'm just like, but in this game, the story and the characters are so well done that it is what you care about. Like, the side quests, you're like, man, these are so fucking good, but the main story, you gotta get on that shit, right? Like, they really refine it. I think BioWare, I'm the sci-fi guy, but I always say it, I think these are way better than Mass Effect has ever been. So.
Which is crazy to hear from you, and in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, so you got this great system, this big open world, and all this other stuff. Hey, when's KOTOR 3 coming out, guys? We're gonna use this engine.
That Star Wars license. It's got to be coming.
Like, imagine Dragon Age Inquisition with everything it's got now, just, you know, put Star Wars shit on top of it.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Oh, man. I hope they release a game just called Boyega's Adventures.
You're
hope just
so
playing
too.
As him the entire time. That'd be great.
Just John Boyega running through the desert of Tatooine really hard. Seriously, if you like John Boyega, and of course for those of you who don't know, he's that guy from the new Star Wars movie, you all need to see Attack the Block, because he's fucking amazing in Attack the Block, and that's a great movie.
That's always good. So do you guys have anything else to finish off this show? It's been a pretty good one,
yeah.
I'd say.
For our first show back, not too bad.
Yeah.
I was going to say, one of the games we didn't talk about, one of the ones that I know I'm going to be getting for Christmas, this is easily on my buyer's guide, because this is the sort of, you know, big meaty game I'm going to want to, you know, dig into during the holiday season. That's Far Cry 4. I know we slagged off Ubisoft a whole bunch earlier in the show for their crappy practices. This one, getting good reviews, looks really good. They had me at it's Far Cry 3, but bigger.
Sweet.
Yeah, because I know one thing about that is that you can run over elephants.
You can, yeah. You had me at running over elephants and, you know, just, what is it, AK-47 tigers. I'm down with that. I'm down with all
I
that.
keep trying multiple times to get back into 3, and I just can't do it. Like, when I think of first-person shooter, I like a controlled environment. Like, I'm not really used to the open world FPS. It just feels awkward to me.
It is something to get to. Well, tell you what, Armin, if you get the game, now because they have the great new co-op features, I can jump into your game and we can help each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're like help. You're like help nothing. I'm gonna shoot you in the back of the head first chance I get.
Sounds about right.
I'm gonna machete you in the face. I'm gonna hop in the car with you and like, yeah, we're going on an adventure. Then I'm gonna throw a Molotov cocktail at you and watch you burn alive in your car. And then you're gonna laugh about it. That's my friend Armin.
Yep. So I think that'll wrap it up for this show. If there's any big things that happen, we'll come back with another one. There's going to be a different way we do shows now, so I'll be bouncing out to make sure other shows get done.
Oh yeah, there's the PlayStation Experiences next week, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right after the Video Game Awards. Yep.
Yeah. So watch out for that.
Apparently, something big news is coming from No Man's Sky, which Morpheus version, please. Come on. Make it happen. Sons of bitches.
Hey guys, Joel here reminding you that this video was made possible thanks to our many great patrons. If you want to become a patron and get exclusive Comic Book Cast content, then click the Patreon link below and see how you can help us bring you the content you've come to love. Every little bit helps, and thanks for listening.